Wow, that was fast. Started streaming. That's like one of the quickest times people have hopped on in a stream. Hey, so we'll be starting shortly. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good. I will say, expect a lot more streams for March and April because in March there happens to be 3 games coming out that I really love. So it's going to be a pretty crazy couple of months. I plan to stream Mystery Dungeon DX, Animal Crossing, and I'm going to test out Persona 5 on the channel for live streams. So hopefully that will be good. Can we get a face reveal? I mean, I don't know if that's like, you know, you're saying that ironically or unironically as like a meme. But I have shared the MBC face. In fact, we actually posted one on Twitter last night. So, yeah, go ahead and post your comments. There's going to be a lot of people here, so I'll try to get to everyone. I will say that I'm going to try to avoid questions on, like, theories, because I have a feeling a bunch of people are going to be like, hey, what do you think of my theory, you know? But, like, you can ask stuff like, what's your favorite Zelda character or other things, though I don't tend to think of stuff like that, so you might ask, oh, like, what's your favorite item in Breath of the Wild? And I'll be like, I actually don't know, because I've never thought about it. Actually, no, it's a tree branch. There you go. Don't have to answer. Don't have to ask that now. It's tree branch. All right. Let's start with Leonie. I hope I said that right. Who's your least favorite Blight? I'd say maybe Wind Blight or Fire Blight. I kind of liked Water Blight and Thunder Blight. A lot of people hate Thunder Blight, but, you know, I like it because it was, like, a challenging one. But Wind Blight is super easy. And Fire Blight's just kind of like, you know, it's, okay, I guess. What's your favorite side quest in Breath of the Wild? I do greatly enjoy rebuilding Terrytown. It is a backtrack repetitive quest, but it's just one that the ends totally justify the means. You know, it's worth it in the end. It's not really necessarily about the journey. You do get to know a bunch of characters, which is nice. But a lot of it has to do with the fact that at the end you have like another town to go to. My favorite theory that I've made, that's a really good question. Some of my favorites are the Would Link Survive the Ridgeland Fall, because that one was like the first math-based video on my channel. And that one, I think to date, is still like one of the videos that took the most time. Like, I'm not kidding. That was like almost game theory levels of editing, because like everything was animated. But it was really worth it in the end. But it's also why I haven't gone back to do another video like that, because it just took so long. I also, I gotta love the Malice theories. Those ones are classics. And what else do I really like for theories? I want to, like, pick one more. I'll think about that. Let's see what other questions we have. What's your Smash main? I don't play Smash that much, but I do like using Yoshi. I mean, it's not Link, but Yoshi's green, so... Chris, thank you for the donation. What's your favorite area of the map? I love Eldin. Eldin, like, specifically Death Volcano. Guys, my favorite location's Death Volcano. I like Death Mountain. Death Mountain, it's just gorgeous. Especially at nighttime. I love that location. Also, you know, Hyrule Castle, because of the music, mainly, and the atmosphere. If you could be any Zelda character, who would you be? Any Zelda character. I think it's obvious that I'd want to be the Kuko. I mean, what else is there? You can literally not die. And your life is to just annoy people. It's kind of like Untitled Goose Game. What's your favorite outfit combination in Breath of the Wild? I really like... for headpiece, I'll go with the Snowquill headgear. Mainly because I just really like the feather design on it. And, like, you know, the rest I don't really care about. As long as I have the Snowquill headgear on, it's kind of cool. But I do love the Barbarian set because you get to a point where health doesn't really matter anymore. You're really good at the game. And, like, you have a good defense with, like, parries and dodging and flurry rushes. And then you just go like full offense and it's amazing. Favorite Croton video? None of them. Favorite shrine? Actually, it's funny. One of my favorite shrines, I've considered doing a worst to best shrine video, but that's like 70 shrines if we don't include the blessings and tests of strength. But it's funny because I think one of my favorite ones is in the Champion's Ballad. It is a test of strength, but it's the one where you finish it, you kill the enemy instantly with a one-hit obliterator, and like it's just hilarious. But after that, Nintendo trolls you because you have this whole dungeon under it to complete. And I don't know why, but I just love their sense of humor in that, and it is like one of my favorite shrines. Favorite amiibo? Definitely Zelda. You know, Breath of the Wilds. What do you think the hardest thing in Breath of the Wild is? The hardest thing in Breath of the Wild is Master Mode, Trial of the Sword, no room. Okay, I don't care about any room. Not the Lionel one, and not the one at the end with spam of enemies. The beginning trials. I think it's room 10. With, like, the silver Lizalfos. That is the worst designed level in Master Mode, period. Like, that's the hardest thing in Master Mode. You pretty much have to do a little, like, cheap exploit to do it. Because there's, like, no ground. If you hit the Lizalfos, they're gonna go in the water. And at that point, like, GG's. You lost. What color is your toothbrush? Pink. The one with the water? Yes, the one with the water. My favorite enemy in Breath of the Wild. Definitely Lionels are, you know, a great challenge. But Bokoblins just have so much personality. No, not that type of personality. Maybe. I mean, you don't know. I guess those enemies are pretty cool. I exploited all 3 trials in Master Mode. Oh, I'm guessing you maybe did Out of Bounds or something. Favorite incarnation of Ganon? I would say either Twilight Princess or Wind Waker. Because, like, Wind Waker, I just love his design and, like, I guess his character. They kind of flesh it out a lot more. And Ganondorf in Twilight Princess, he's just, like, epic. Like, 4 faces to a final boss fight, like, that's pretty awesome. And, you know, his design's also, like, a classic. What's your mother's maiden name? Zelda. My favorite champion? That's a good one. I think I would go with Rivali. I think he's just kind of, like, misunderstood. He just wants to prove himself to everyone. He feels like he has high expectations put on him. And he just has a desire to fulfill them. And technically Ganondorf is the same, but I'm kind of... yeah, he is technically the same, but, like, I looked at that question as, like, what's your favorite, you know, design / personality? Because they're all different. Yes, it's true that Twilight Princesses and Wind Wakers are the same, but it's obvious through the events that happened prior to that they have, like, different, you know, traits, sort of. They're slightly different. By the way, I'm not really doing much right now. I'm just kind of walking around because, you know, most of this is going to be me just answering questions, not much gameplay. I don't know what to do, though. Maybe we could go to... Oh, look, shout out to Link Summerall. He's the guy who did the donation that got people copies of Link's Awakening. What video you're going to do next? That's actually a good question. I managed to get a hold of someone who made a code for me so that the darkness in Typhlo Ruins is all gone. I've gotten cinematic footage for that, and I'm going a step further and trying to map out the whole area. It's a very slow process, but I think I might actually do a video on it since I've gotten the tools to do it. But before that, I actually posted on Twitter a thumbnail of a Mystery Dungeon video. So I might kind of take a step back since Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is releasing this Friday. And I think my next video will be talking about whether Pokemon Explorers of the Sky deserves a remake or not. Just to, you know, change of pace. I like to do videos that aren't always Zelda related. Favorite weapon? I already answered that. The tree branch. Are you in love with Link? I think the real question is who isn't. Long or short hair Zelda? You know, like, long hair was cute and everything, but when the trailer came out, and then there was the fan art, I'm like, yes. Yes, short hair Zelda for the win. A favorite memory? Favorite memory. Gotta think about that. I really should not be here right now. I'm gonna die or something. I gotta think about the answer while also doing this. Okay, so favorite memory. There's the opening ceremony. Mipha, but no one cares about Mipha, so. Oh, you know what? Urbosa's. Champion's Ballad. Because that fight is awesome. Oh. Favorite dungeon in Twilight Princess. It's been a while since I've played that. I know people don't like it, but okay, I've only played through the game once, so I've only played this dungeon once. But I did kind of like City in the Sky. But like I haven't played it in the longest time. I think also Hyrule Castle was its own dungeon, and that one was really good. Oh yeah, with the frog, definitely. Definitely the Silent Princess is my favorite memory, if you know what I mean. What's up? You don't have a name. I don't trust you. Do you like NintendoBlackCrisis? No? Okay, well. Favorite version of Zelda? Let's see. I do really like the one in Smash Ultimate. And, yeah, I would say this Zelda is also the best. My favorite. Favorite dungeon from Ocarina of Time? What do we got? Forest Temple, Fire Temple, Water Temple, Shadow Temple, Spirit Temple. I do kind of like the Spirit Temple. And, of course, I mean, Forest Temple is a classic. Favorite glitch. I love that you can go out of bounds in the final Ganon fight. Like, it's just amazing because you can do so much with it. Back then, there was a exploit that I found when fooling around, where if you died and then went out of bounds, everything would be loaded. All the enemies and towers and stuff and NPCs. It was just really fun to mess around with that. And if you go back to fight Calamity Ganon, you essentially softlock the game. Oh, no, it is, Caden. There's been multiple ways to do out of bounds. I found out that there was one regarding, like, the whole slope glitch thing for, like, clipping. I've done it. It's possible. Favorite way to eat a fork? With a fork, of course. Cast Shrine Quest. What is my favorite? I don't know about that one. I'll have to think about that and come back to it. My favorite character in a Zelda game is definitely the Cuckoos. Actually, no. Someone asked me what I wanted to be. That was what I wanted to be. My favorite Zelda character is obviously Clapping Girl from Breath of the Wild. If any of you get that reference, then you have been with the channel for a long time, and I salute you. Favorite Link sidekick? I like the King of Red Lions. You really kind of like develop a bond between the two of them. And like he isn't really in your face. There are multiple clapping girls. Okay, the one specifically at like the stable here, I think. Highland stable. That's the best clapping girl. How much do you ship Zelda and Link from Breath of the Wild? Quite a bit. I used to not be a huge C-Link shipper, even with the videos. But you know what? I do ship them. Quite a bit. Favorite video game rumor? Okay, let's change that. How about the video game rumor that I want to be true, like the most? Is the fact that there was talk of a new traditional Paper Mario game. It's most likely just, you know, made up. But that's like the one rumor that I really hope comes true. He ships them because it makes him money. Shh. We'll talk about this later, Adam. Just be quiet. Favorite Animal Crossing game? I see you are a man of culture as well. I have to say the 3DS one, New Leaf, like currently, because they added so much customization. I will say that I feel like the Wii version got a bit too much hate because I loved it. It did feel like it was kind of like a port of the DS version, but like even that, I was like, you know what? I'm fine with it. It did feel like it was kind of like a port, but just the fact that it was on console, and I loved Wild World. I loved City Folk. Favorite color? Black. It matches the darkness of my soul. Okay, blue. Definitely blue. Most of the stuff I wear is like blue. How many pots would you smash if you could indeed freely smash pots? Well, okay, I guess I probably would smash some, but it would die off really quickly because if you're allowed to do it, then you don't want to do it. You know, rules, if you tell, it's like reverse psychology. Tell someone whatever you do, don't do this, they're going to want to do it. And when they do it, they'll get that like adrenaline rush. But if you say, oh yeah, you can smash all the pots you want, you'd smash a few and the appeal would die. So I wouldn't smash that many. Favorite Zelda game? I don't think I have a favorite because each game has its own, like, you know, greats and, you know, not so greats. I'd say some of my top three, though. Wind Waker, A Link Between Worlds, and Majora's Mask. Thank you for the donation, Arton. Animal Crossing is poop. Thank you for the money. It's okay. Okay, it's okay to have a wrong opinion. You know? It's okay. Favorite TV show? I don't watch many, like, TV shows, but I do love anime. And I have plenty of anime shows I love. Code Geass, Assassination Classroom, Toradora, My Hero Academia, One Punch Man. Recently, I find I've been, like, watching more, like, educational ones because, like, Dr. Stone is a really good one. You get to learn stuff while watching anime. It's great. But I've also been watching Seton Academy, I think. And it's just like a school full of animals. So they always have these, like, little fun facts about them. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. I really like how they can incorporate, like, entertainment with actually liking to learn stuff. Christopher, thank you so much for the $5 donation. You've probably been asked this 100 times. I know where this is going. But what's behind the name NintendoBlackCrisis? Nintendo because I like Nintendo games. I wanted a color, and I love Pokemon Black, so I went with black. And then NBC sounded cool, so I wanted a cool C word. I chose Crisis. It's nothing. A lot of YouTubers have, like, these huge backstories. I just, like, I don't know, you know, sounded kind of cool. Favorite shield weapon? Weapon, you know, tree branch, like I said. Shield? I kind of like the ancient shields. They're pretty cool. And you can't go wrong with a Hylian shield. Have you noticed the Tetraforce on Zelda's belt? I've seen it, but I don't really know if it confirms, like, a Tetraforce. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze in a bit. You gonna buy Breath of the Wild 2? No. No. I'm gonna buy 2 copies of Breath of the Wild 2. Favorite horse? I'd say Ganondorf's horse is pretty cool. I have played a demo, I think, of Etrian Odyssey once. But I haven't played, like, the series or any games. Favorite champion ability? Definitely Ravioli Scale. I mean, it's just so good for this game because it makes traveling easier. Have you read the Twilight Princess comic? No, I haven't, but I do have the manga for, like, Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, Oracle. I haven't actually read them, though, yet. I'd be more pressured, or I'd have more of an incentive to do it if it was canon, but it's not. I'll eventually get to it. What's your favorite music from what game? I will say that I have fallen in love with Persona 5 music. All, like, the boss fight music is incredible. Life Will Change, Beneath the Mask. I love music from Thousand Year Door and Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. That's some top quality music that will really get you crying. I have no idea where to go. Like I said, I'm not going to actually do much. I'll probably just be walking around. And it's master mode, so it makes things kind of difficult. Favorite Ocarina of Time song? Favorite Ocarina of Time song? I do like the Son of Storms. Is this your full-time job? If so, how much do you make? I'm just gonna say that I make enough for it to be like a living. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, it is full-time. It's like the best job ever. What is the best way to eat a sofa? Adopt a dog. Then there. Sofa eaten. Favorite music from Zelda and why? One of my favorite songs is the final trial in this game. The final Divine Beast in, like, the DLC. Specifically the final phase, where it's all sped up. It just sounds incredible. Varuta... Midna's Lament, however you say it. Hyrule Castle, of course. Have you played Skyward Sword, and what's your opinion on it? Like I said, you know, I do like it. It's definitely, like, I wouldn't put it in one of my favorites if I were to rank it, like, top 3. It's definitely not that. If we did, like, a tier list for Zelda games, and there was, like, S being the best, and, like, A, B, C... I mean, I guess I'd put it maybe an A. Gonna kill some Zubats. Oh, this is a good one. I knew this would come up. I want to become a YouTuber, but I'm in 9th grade. Could use help. First of all, I don't think, like, oh, but I'm only, you know, this many years old. Like, 9th grade isn't even, like, that. I mean, it's not like you're a kindergarten. But, I guess, first of all, don't be intimidated by the fact that you might be, you know, young. I started off, and I did it for, like, 5 years, and yeah, I was pretty young. But I guess I would say approach it as a hobby. Don't start thinking, oh, it's going to be my job. Do it as a hobby. Wait until you see where it goes. And then if it does do well, then great. You could think about, you know, first doing, you know, getting a bit of money off of it. And after that, be like, okay, can I do this full time? That's the biggest, I guess, advice for someone who wants to start up a channel. Do you live in America? I live in Canada. Actually, no, I live in Hyrule. This is not a good place to be. Maybe we should just go and take on Ruta. I don't know. How's your day going? It's good, thank you for asking. Can you shield surf in Hebra? Maybe we'll do that. Do you like cats? And if so, what kind of meat or salad do you like with it? Oh gosh. Oh, that got cursed real quick. I'm like, oh, you know, I do love cat. Oh. Favorite Breath of the Wild theories. The Z-Link videos and Malice videos are a classic. I love my science Ridgeland Fall theory. I love Death Mountain. For someone who asked my favorite region / location. What's your major in college? I did go to college for animation. I finished my 3rd and final year back in 2019. And it's funny because my channel started blowing up during the summertime after 1st year. And it was doing like really good. Like the numbers were very promising. And I know like, I feel like a habit for people is like they are in college and then their YouTube channel does really good and then they drop out and just focus on YouTube. But I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to finish animation to the very end in case it went south and I couldn't do it full time. So like I had at most like a video a month back then. So it was kind of tough to balance the two, but I managed to balance them. I graduated and everything's just been going really good. You missed a fairy up there. Well, answering questions. Oh, hey. That person just saw me teleport and is like, who edits your videos? I do. I do have one of my mods on Discord who updates my credits at the end of each video and will make my intros. So thank you, Espen. You are awesome. But I do edit my videos. I do that thumbnail, script making. I'll have maybe some people who are more well-versed in Zelda to go over it. And voiceovers and all that stuff. Yeah, please don't spam the questions. There's a lot of people here, so. Favorite Divine Beast, I would say Naboris. Because it happened to be like the difficult one, you know? It was a challenge. One of my favorite Zelda theories, Gamer Elf, or Gamer Ellie, is the idea that the fortune teller in Breath of the Wild was a Yiga spy, setting up the royal family for failure. It's a very simple idea, but I really like the theory. Don't you ever get bored of Breath of the Wild? Honestly, yes. I will constantly reboot the game up, and only for the sake of getting more footage, you know, cinematics and stuff. And at this point, I can say that, yeah, if it's not like on a stream, it is kind of a chore to get it started, you know, get it booted up. But I always want to record my own footage when it's Breath of the Wild. If it's like a different game, I'll usually use like Zelda Masters footage or something. What I've been doing now is I actually have this game running on Simu, so I can play it at 1080p at 60 frames per second. And now I'm gonna be stockpiling a bunch of cinematic footage, so hopefully I don't have to boot it up as much to get, you know, video or footage for episodes. But yeah, like it is when you play it as much as I do, mainly not for fun, but like for your videos, it does get very repetitive. When will we see merch? Actually, I was trying to get that started, like, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I don't think I did it correctly, so I never, like, proceeded with it. I would like to get some merch set up, though. Favorite rune? I guess it's really fun to experiment with the stasis rune. I'd say that one's maybe my favorite. Thank you, Name, for the $5 donation. Can you get the bowspin going? I have never gotten to work. Actually, I have seen it, but I don't know how to set it up. Father, give us merch. Sure, man, I'll overprice it. I'll literally just take my logo for everything, every single merch, and just slap it on. Least favorite shrine. The freaking one where you have to use motion controls to find out how many orbs are in the box. That is like the worst one. And for a lot of them, playing the Switch in handheld makes those a pain because you have to rotate the screen you're looking at. But for that one, it's even worse because you have to pay attention to the screen when rotating it. There's another one, I think, in the Champion's Ballad as well. It's, I think, one of Urbosa's shrines. And it's also, like, terrible. I will only buy overpriced merch. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. My favorite form of Ganon / Ganondorf is Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Can you say my name, please? No. Favorite god of the 3 golden goddesses? I'll go with Nehru. Because Nehru is represented by blue. And blue is my favorite color. Or did you study animation? Yeah, sorry, I'm not going to answer that. Technically, I'm not there anymore, but I don't really want to. I don't feel comfortable giving that answer. That'd be hilarious, though. Like, if I did say where it was, you guys went to the college and are like, did NintendoBlackCrisis study animation here? That would be hilarious. Oh, I remember him saying that, like, he hated his teachers. Ganon or Ganondorf? I'd say Ganondorf. I feel like there's a lot more, like, difference in design and stuff. You know, once you see one Ganon, you've seen a lot of them. I will say, though, that the design for Ganon and Link in Hyrule Warriors is actually, like, incredible. I love it. How many of your theories are viewer-based? Also, how do you suggest a new YouTuber to grow? Are you talking about, like, how many of them are based on ideas of viewers? I've done a few in the past. Not a ton. I will sometimes go on my Discord, and if I find something I really like, I'll, like, adapt the theory. I did it a couple times with the time travel one for Breath of the Wild, too. Cuckoo Lover had come up with that idea. So I worked with her on making that script and video and stuff. And Lorulian Historian did the 4-Sword Adventure timeline video, so. I love your channel so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Would you like to see Midna again? I don't know if I would. Has anyone ever told you that you sound like the odd one out? No, not really. Favorite armor set? I'd say Barbarian. New incarnation of Vati, or will we see side villains like Onox, Veron, Bellum? I think Vati would be more likely, but I would love to see Vati return or Bellum. Can you take on the Colosseum? Let's go, boys. Well, I don't know. We'll do it, but, like, I have to watch the questions, so I don't know how likely that'll be. Who is your waifu? Clapping Girl is. Reincarnation of Demise. I highly doubt it. They pretty much, you know, Demise is pretty much confirmed by text to be, like, dead. He ain't returning. He dead. Favorite animal? Oh, I don't know. That's one of the things where I actually don't think about it. I mean, I love cats. But that's like a favorite pet. I don't know. Favorite Majora's Mask music. You know what? I think this is like a... Okay, either the final hours, but also with like the Earthquake and Bell. You can get that on YouTube. It's incredible. Or Song of Healing. If you could create the next Legend of Zelda game, what would you make it like? What would I make it like? I do not... oh, you know what? I would like to have Time Shift Stones make a return. Those are awesome. But that's all I'm going to answer for now, because I'm not too sure. Oh, right. Someone asked about growing a channel. I'll get back to that a bit later. Have you seen the red comet, red chest follow the sky? It freaked me out when it happened. Oh, yeah. That's the Xenoblade free DLC. Thank you also for the donation. Yeah, you have to be at a very specific location for it to fall. So, okay. Tips on growing a YouTube channel. I know people are always against, like, oh, you know, you made this because it's a trending topic. But I feel like when you're starting, it is smart to make videos about stuff that's more trendy. I think the trick about it is you gotta find out how to make your channel unique. You know, for example, I like doing analysis videos on Zelda. And, you know, I just like theories and science stuff in general. So for me, what I do is I would kind of look at maybe what's trending in terms of video games. And then if I feel like it one time, I'll be like, you know what? Maybe I'll try doing like an analysis or theory of this game and not Zelda. And actually, that's what I did for my Mario Kart Tour video. It had the whole like controversy and stuff. And, you know, that's why I made the video like talking about why I thought maybe Nintendo was quote unquote faking multiplayer. Because, you know, they kind of, it makes you think you're doing multiplayer, but you're not really. So, like, I made a video based on that, and it was a gamble, but it did pay off. So, you know, if you're a new creator, don't be afraid to do videos based on things that are more, like, popular or trending. Just make sure you still want to do them. Better Zelda or Link? I mean, I guess I would say Link, because Link's doing a lot of the work. I will say that Zelda's definitely, like, really good in this game because she fought off Ganon for like 100 years. Oh. Favorite Pokemon? I love Giratina. It was the first legendary I saw, but I don't even think that's why it's my favorite. I just love the design. Like, Giratina just looks awesome. Link or Marth? Obviously Link because of his harem. Actually, no, I bet, you know what? I bet Marth has a harem as well in Fire Emblem. But you know what? Link's harem would beat Marth's harem. That's the real question, not who would win, Link or Marth. It's whose harem would win. Most hated enemy. I cannot stand the electricity enemies in this game. The Keys are, I think, the worst. You excited for Animal Crossing New Horizons? Yes. 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 Who's ready for some streams? I am so ready for New Horizons streams. Good luck with your notifications. You're going to be spammed all the time of live streams. Oh, I have a... Oh, wait. I thought I didn't have anything. I do have something. Maybe not. No, I have literally nothing on right now. Why am I gonna die? Oh gosh. Oh, that was terrifying. I guess it was that spot. Favorite Animal Crossing character? It's been a while. I can't remember. I don't remember many of them. I do like Tom Nook, though. Because Tom Nook is just a classic. Do you watch Avatar The Last Airbender? I have seen the first season because someone in college was like, oh, you should definitely try it out. So I watched it and like I was hooked. I finished the first season in like 2 days. Didn't pick up the other seasons until later on. Like I bought the box set. That was around the time I started, you know, actually getting money for YouTube. But I haven't gone back to watch the rest aside from like maybe 2 or 3 episodes. I want to go back and watch those. I don't think Demise will return. I think it's pretty clear that he's dead. My favorite game of all time is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Do you think Link's family could appear in the sequel in a physical way or in a flashback? I don't think so. I feel like there might have been a bit more of a setup in this game if that's the case. But Link's father is only referenced like once. If there was a bit more of a setup, I could see that. Do you think Breath of the Wild 2 will be based around the Zonai? If not, what do you think at the moment? Okay, here's the deal with... Okay, I know people are obsessed with the Zonai, and, you know, people... There's the meme of, like, oh my gosh, another Zonai video. You know, stop talking about them. For me, it's not like if the game isn't all about them, I'm going to be, like, angry. I will say that, given all of the structures that are obviously Zonai in the sequel trailer... They have to have at least some sort of a relevance to the plot, even if it's like something small. If there's zero mention of them in the plot in the sequel, and like they aren't relevant at all, I would argue that that is a bad trailer. Because if you're gonna put all of those, you know, pillars which we have already established are, you know, Zonai related, if you put all those in the trailer and there's nothing about the Zonai after that, that's kind of weird, especially since they're like exploring ruins. And you see the structures in multiple shots. But yeah, I expect them to have maybe a bit of relevance to the plot, but like not a ton. And like I said, I would love to see them have more time shift stone stuff. Breath of the Zonai. Imagine if that was a title. And like there was a giant squirrel, and there was a giant, yes, a squirrel, a giant swirl on the box art. That'd be just like a big troll. That would be amazing. Most annoying monster, anything that has electricity. My favorite Zelda boss. I actually do kind of like Bongo Bongo. I mean, Bongo Bongo is very, like, explanatory, but, like, it's just, like, it's such a terrifying temple, and then, like, when you meet him, it's a bit, like, of a comical relief thing. I just thought, I think it's kind of funny. Also Koloktos. Like, Koloktos as well, definitely. First time to join a stream, well, welcome, Attack Boss. Favorite YouTuber? I love... Okay, the one I've recently, like, just adored watching is RT Game. Check him out. The guy's, like, a natural at comedy. He's hilarious. I love Peanut Butter Gamer, Chadtronic. I also really like channels that, like, do a bridge series on anime. That's hilarious. Some of my first inspirations for YouTube were Super Skarmory, who did, like, Let's Plays for Pokemon, and Sugar Conroy. That's back then when I wanted to be a Let's Player. I wanted to be just like Sugar Conroy. I think a Zelda maker is possible, but it would be heavily limited to the top-down perspective, you know, like the 2D, or I guess 2.5D games. If it's 3D, then the limitations would be obvious. They could totally get away with a top-down dungeon maker, though. But even then, I feel like people wouldn't be satisfied, even if you could have like unlimited possibilities, because, you know, they would want a 3D. What are your thoughts on Breath of the Wild 2 and Ganon coming back as a mummy creature? I am not sure what to think. Okay, it has a potential to be like a really dark game, and that in itself is really like exciting. I'm thinking what might happen is he might, because he kind of like comes back to life, perhaps the game's going to start with him like, you know, reviving a bunch of dead warriors or whatever. And I don't know, maybe possibly the Zonai if they were following him. But I feel like just the fact that it has potential to be a dark game. Because, like, Ganondorf, you know, Ganondorf's Ganondorf. I do like other villains that are, like, get their time in the spotlight, so. My least favorite region. You guys want to know? I wonder what my least favorite region is. Oh, I wonder. It's definitely Central Hyrule. What do you think about the Zelda timeline? The Zelda timeline, I kind of have the belief that at first they didn't really care about it, but they, after a while, decided to take it more seriously. I will say that I loved Lorulian's take on the timeline in my Four Swords Adventures video. And the more I spread out and talk to other, you know, theorists, the more I am more so convinced that they may have actually had like a thought or like a plan from the beginning. And perhaps the one in Hyrule Historia just isn't their direction. My favorite region, I do love Eldin because of Death Mountain. If you do 500, if you get 500k before summer, can you do a face reveal? No. My favorite mini boss. You know what? I'll go with the classics. Dark Link from the Water Temple. And by the way, fun fact, my favorite mini boss theme is Wind Waker's mini boss theme. That music is legendary. It's so good. What else do we got? Favorite candy bar? I'm not a huge fan of candy. I do like chocolate, but I don't I don't eat it a ton. Recently, I have eaten it a lot more because I love orange chocolate. And apparently, Lindt makes an orange chocolate variant, and I'm like, OMG. I do like cookies and cream. The like balance between the white chocolate and like the cookie is just perfect. I love O. Henry as well. Do you like Pokemon? I love Pokemon. Even with the direction they're taking it, like I know that Pokemon Sword and Shield have a lot of issues, but I still enjoyed the game and the purchase was justified. Orange chocolate is literally like, it's just chocolate that has like an orange flavor. Like the fruit. It's like a slight taste. And I don't know why, but I love it. I know it probably sounds really weird. Orange chocolate. It's like, yeah, my favorite is mango chocolate. Favorite YouTube video of all time. You know what? One of my favorites is the Open Your Eyes song that Peanut Butter Gamer, was it Garrett Williamson and Yuntown, I think, made? That, I love that video. Thoughts on Frozen 2? Haven't watched it. Don't really care to watch it. I remember your Rude Awakening video. Yeah, unfortunately, like, that's a series I really wanted to continue, but I just never got to doing it. It takes a lot of work. I was actually talking with the mods recently, or specifically Ryan, about possibly, like, remaking the first episode and just see how successful it is, and then if it's really successful, then maybe I'll continue the series finally. You know, make a higher quality episode 1. But, like, that's it's still an unlikely thing to happen. Yeah, I would like to continue Wild Breath, but it's going to take a ton of work. I'm not sure. I'd want to make sure it's actually, like, up to my standards of quality. In reality, I'd want it to be, like, a series where, like, it is all jokes, but also there's, like, there's actually, like, a storyline that's being built up. And just thinking of that would be extremely difficult. I'm not sure how many new people would even, like, click on a video, because they probably wouldn't even know about it. Like, back then, the first episode for it was very successful. I'm just not sure how it'll do now. Do you think Link is a Zonai descendant? I think it's possible. I mentioned it, I think, in my prophecy video. But it's possible. You know, I talked about the possibility of the strangely colored hand on the tapestry being the same as the part that Link absorbs. And, you know, people are like, oh, but the ancient hero had red hair. Maybe he's Ganondorf. Yes, but the barbarian gear has red hair. So it could have been the ancient hero wearing barbarian gear, which means he might be descendant. I'm not sure, though. I watched the first episode like 3 times. Well, I'm glad that it was that entertaining that you watched it 3 times. Thank you very much. No, technically, okay, the King of Hyrule, are you talking about in the Adventure of Link? Because technically, he isn't really evil. In fact, it's not referred to as Dark Link in that game. It's referred to as Link's Shadow. And he was made to be a guardian just to test the hero, to see if he was worthy of getting the Triforce of Courage. So there was no malicious intent behind it. Favorite Netflix original? None of them. Favorite Zelda dungeon? I like the Ancient Cistern. What else is there? There's definitely more. But, like, the Ancient Cistern is the first one that comes to mind. I think the mansion was really cool in Twilight Princess. Like, exploring that mansion in the Yeti's mansion. Star Wars fan, I'll go and keep up with the, like, main films. And I did love watching the Clone Wars back then. I want to watch... I haven't sat down and watched the entire Clone Wars. I know they came up with, like... They came out the last season recently, like, the first episode. So I want to actually sit down and watch all that. But, like, I'm not a diehard, like, oh, I have all, like, the comics. I know all the lore. What's your favorite person on your Minecraft server besides any moderators? Easy. Me. That was a joke, by the way. Oh, good question. Will you ever do more Zelda animated series? I actually tweeted about this today. I had originally, like, temporarily canceled it because of Kappa. I wasn't sure what would happen in the new year. So they're currently set to 4 kids, which does kind of kill them, but they were already kind of dead to begin with. But given the recent events, how, like, not much has happened, I'm probably going to eventually set them back to not for kids, and I'll continue the series. But last episode I tried to make, no matter what edits I made, it was claimed for copyright. So I just gave up, and I uploaded it, and I didn't make a single cent off of it. Though, to be fair, the videos already don't do very good. So, like, it didn't really bug me, I guess. So, I do want to make it return, but the upload schedule will probably be, like, once every 4 months. So, you know. Because it's just something that I can't bring out regularly and, you know I'll get a decent amount of income from it. But I want to continue it, so. If we were bringing up Star Wars, how do you feel about about Final Fantasy VII Remake? Never played Final Fantasy. I do want to eventually. I love your theory videos alongside with Zeltic. Thank you very much. Do you plan on getting him back on with future videos? Definitely. I think I talked to him about, like, when another trailer drops, we gotta work together on another theory. But also, something that's awesome is I didn't realize how much he likes science and math and stuff. And I love math theories as well. So, I'm like, dude, we gotta do a collaboration sometime. Like an epic science physics theory. And yeah, he was down to do that. That's another thing. I really want to do a lot more science theories. Specifically math and physics for Zelda, because I really do love physics. So, what do you like to do in your free time besides video making? Obviously, video gaming. And anime. I love watching anime. I've finally gotten back into watching a bunch. And I love collecting Lego Star Wars. I have my own collection. My favorite Zelda item. Actually, this is a good one. I really like the beetle from Skyward Sword. It's just so cool to, like, be able to fly around wherever you want. It's just such a cool item. And, like, you upgrade it later on, and it has more uses. You can freaking bomb birds. I'm sorry, I meant bomb burbs in Lanayru Desert, and it's awesome. Do you mod your game? And if so, what's your favorite? I don't mod this game. Actually, the only mods I have on... Oh, I don't actually have enough for anything. I do have this game running on PC, but the only mods I have are for video making. So basically I have a mod that gets rid of everything on the heads-up display, including the Triforce in the bottom left if I'm doing Master Mode, and the hearts. And I have ones that give me unlimited health and stamina so I don't die when I'm trying to get shots. But I do like playing... I used to do a lot of mods with Minecraft. Not a ton, but quite a bit. And I do play occasionally modded Terraria with my friend Ryan. Any pet peeves? I'm gonna think about that one. For anime, he recommends Assassination Classroom. Yeah, pretty much. Thanks for streaming on my birthday. Love your videos, NBC. Well, thank you very much for showing up. Oh yes, Claw Shot. I love Claw Shot as well. Claw Shot is just so fun to use. I'm Paraglider, of course. What's my next theory? Well, I managed to get a code from someone who removed the darkness in Typhlo Ruins. So, given I have the resources, I might actually do a full video on the mystery of Typhlo Ruins. In fact, you know what? Let's actually... I don't know if I want to head there right now. But yeah, I think I'm going to do that next. But I have a massive Zonai video coming out. And I was working on more of it today. It's going to take a long time to actually, like, get finished, but I'm occasionally chipping away at it, and I hope to get that done. Thoughts on Ice Age, baby? Oh no. Okay, I've been seeing that meme everywhere now. Okay, I saw one today. It's hilarious. Someone replaced Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi with the Ice Age baby on, like, the planet with, like, the red salts stuff, and, like, Kylo Ren shoots. It's hilarious. My question: is that because PewDiePie made the video on Ice Age Baby? Because that's the first time I saw it. In fact, that was when Curtis was here and we were going to stream. Is he why that meme became a thing? I'm guessing he was. Rest in peace. He must have seen Ice Age Baby. What ancient dragon is your favorite and why? I'm assuming that's not just Breath of the Wilds. I would say... Star-Lord's are really cool. I love Star-Lord. Kill the whole camp? Sure, why not? Let's murder them all. Murder! Yay! Favorite meme. I like all the old memes that are irrelevant now. Like the caveman SpongeBob. The Doge meme, I think it was called. FBI open up. That was close. But yeah, I like all the old memes. I know, I'm an uncultured swine. How dare I like old stuff? Oh gosh, that was an arrow, I think. That was an arrow. I missed. I don't know how to get max arrows of all but the ancient. I never, like, did that. I just kind of played so much that I got a ton of arrows on my main file. Favorite amiibo design? I really like the Yarn Yoshis. Those ones are really cute. I have all 3 of them. I don't have the giant one, though. They came out with, like, a big one, and I'm like, aw. I want it. Dude, get wrecked. Double kill! You need to do the Croton shield parry. Never heard of it. Who's this Croton fellow? Do you like fighting guardians? It gets repetitive after a while. I will say it's fun just to, like, go at their legs first. And then just, like, they're all helpless. It makes me sound cruel. And you know what? You're right, I am cruel. Guys, look. Swirl. My favorite town in Breath of the Wild. I like Rito Village. And, maybe Gerudo Town? Shout out to Nonoctoro trying to make sure people get the right facts of Zelda. Are you good at fighting Lynels? I'd say I'm pretty good. Favorite enemy in Breath of the Wild? Bokoblin and Lynels, I'd say. Which Blight's the worst? I'd say Fire Blight. Favorite Zelda tribe? I guess the interlopers are pretty interesting. And you know what? Yeah, because of the research I've done, you know, and videos, I do like the Zonai tribe. And I do hope we hear more about them. And also, I guess the Sheikah. Just everything about the civilization, and specifically this game, 10,000 years ago, I'm very interested. Ever think of going for a world record speedrun? No, but I almost have gotten a world record. I play a ton of Mario Kart 8 time trials, and, like, not to brag, but I am really good. Especially in Wii U when they had fire hopping. But I was playing... Okay, so I've had plenty of worldwide top 10 times in time trial for Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, and I've had quite a few top 10s for 200cc in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There was a time where new strats were being found to optimize the time in Ribbon Road 200cc. It's ironic because I despise Ribbon Road. But I actually, at one point, I was the second best time in the world for Ribbon Road. And I was only around 0.2 seconds off the world record. I never ended up getting it. And then soon it got, like, better by around a second. But yeah, I was once second best in the world at Ribbon Road 200cc. Maybe someday I'll have to do some more Mario Kart 8 streams and just prove to you my elite skills. we have been live for over an hour. I want to make this a nice stream, nice long stream. We're probably going to go for like 3 hours at most. Can you do the shrine glitch where you clip through the shrines? I can't remember how to do that. It's probably similar to the out of bounds glitch I used for the Ganon fight, but I don't want to bother with it right now. Can you please do live streams of playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Oh, definitely. We'll get back to doing those live streams. I'll show you why I'm called the Scrub. Okay, well, maybe not. That implies I'm trash at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. What's your favorite Mario Kart track? I'm one person who loves Rainbow Road. I don't think it's too difficult. I love it. But Electrodrome is really good. Mario Kart 8 is like the one game where almost every single track I'm like, yeah, I actually really like this. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe now, but I'm not going to. Although, maybe after the Q&A session, maybe I'll switch it over and we can play some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We'll see. Name any random YouTuber that you are sub to. Definitely not Croton. I think I did sub to Rakuto recently. He's a French theorist. But he does have a couple videos in subtitles. But, like, even seeing his videos without knowing what he's saying, like, you can see all the effort put into it, and, like, it's top quality content. So, you know, especially if you're French, go sub to him. Why did you become a YouTuber? Because I loved watching Let's Plays from people like Super Skarmory and Chugga Conroy, and I'm like, hey, I can totally do that. I'll be famous in no time. I might have to honestly open up like a frequently asked questions thing for some of these, you know, questions. Oh, how many times have you completed this Zelda game? Oh, I can't count. I seriously can't tell you how many. I can say that I think I have like 3,000 hours in this game. Let's see. Oh gosh, if I hit this, you're gonna see my friend code, aren't you? Uh-oh. Well, whatever. I don't care. I'm not adding you guys. Sorry. Oh no, there's my friend code. Oh no, it's not 3,000. It's 1,400. Okay. If you send a request, sorry, I'm not gonna respond. Yeah, I know, Adam. You have. I should get to it sometime. It's those things you don't think about. I'll sit down sometimes and be like, oh, I have nothing to do. There's something I probably could do for my channel. What should I do aside from making videos? And yeah, honestly, doing something like that would be very useful. I might try to make my own website sometime and, like, have it on there. Oh, by the way, they asked about Koroks. I am never collecting all the Koroks in this game. Never. I'll be famous in no time. 202,000 people would like to speak with you. Well, to be fair, that was my thoughts back then when, like, I was a Let's Player, and in 5 years I got, like, 500 subs. So, again, thank you guys. You guys are incredible. I would have been so happy if I just got, like, 1,000 or 10,000 subs. But, like, over 200,000 now? Like, you guys are serious, right? Not to get emotional, but I love you guys. Create Breath of the Wild memes. Okay, how about, Mifa X Link? Haha, that's a funny ship. That's a good meme. The fact that people actually think Mifa and Link could get together. What a joke. How about, hey, how about this? When's part 2 of the Mifa theory? Oh, that's funny. Can we have an honest discussion about what has been ignored about the Hat No Tech Lab? Or Hateno, I don't know how to say that, apparently. I always say it wrong in my videos. What, like that there's a... what, it looks like a 5th Divine Beast is in there? I have talked about that in my video. Videos on Star Fox? Probably not. I've never played Star Fox. I do have the 3DS port. I want to play it sometime. Your Nintendo theories are amazing. Thank you very much. You're amazing. You're breathtaking. Favorite version of Link? Definitely Breath of the Wild. Though I will say, I love the design of Link in Hyrule Warriors. It's, like, amazing. I love the scarf. Favorite non-teleportation place in Breath of the Wild? I mean, a lot of areas could qualify for that. I don't know. What past enemies do you want in Breath of the Wild 2? What is there? I guess Iron Knuckles are pretty cool. What else was there? I know there were some enemies that were, like, very popular that don't really make an appearance. But I can't remember. Favorite location in general? Death Mountain. Do you think I'll ever pursue a career in animation? I actually don't know. I suppose if YouTube ends up not, you know, going under or whatever, or it ends up going under, that I would try to do animation. But, like, even now, I'm not... I worked really hard on my animations, but I felt like they weren't good enough to even be at entry level for a job. So I'm not really sure. Because, like, I see stuff online. Like, animation classes online. And at the end of the year, they'll, like, upload what their students make. And their stuff is so good. And then there's me, like... My best work isn't even close to how good this is, you know? They weren't good enough. They weren't, Adam. I don't think they were good enough. I was very hard on myself in college, but I feel like I had to. Have you done the moon jump glitch? I think I remember there being one, like, but I don't think I've ever done it. I did do a funny glitch where you could have Link die in the beginning of the Shrine of Resurrection, and then get out of the Resurrection, and you could play the game without the Sheikah Slate. Now, I mean, you don't really want to do that because you can't teleport at all, and it's a pain. But I've done it. My favorite anime. I love Assassination Classroom, Code Geass, My Hero Academia, Toradora. So many good shows. And Persona 5, the anime... No. I think I watched, like, the first episode and I got bored so quickly. Do you plan on making more Mario Kart content? Possibly. I've thought of maybe making a video talking about how, like, there is a competitive side to the game, but I don't even know if I want to deal with that. Like, guys, Mario Kart 8, it can be competitive. I know people deny it. Because I'm not saying it's esports levels, but to say that there's no, like, competitive, you know, aspects of the game, that's straight up false. Because there are people who will host frequent competitions and tournaments, and there's actual teams in, like, divisions based on skill. I was in one of them. And they have, I think the site's Mario Kart boards, MK boards. It is a thing. So maybe I do that eventually. I'm not sure. Who's my main in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Morton, baby. Morton all the way. That's my Morton impression. How many people are still here? Do you like Bob the Tomato? No. Opinion on Mario Kart 2 tour. Okay, that's my opinion. That like moan right there, that's my opinion. Hey, scrub! How did I not die there? Thank you, Nice, for $2. Are you for LGBTQ community? I believe that people should have the right. You know, I believe in human rights. So, you know, if that's her thing, then that's her thing. Who do you main in Smash Ultimate? Yoshi. What are your thoughts on Kilton? I guess he's okay, you know? I never really, like, loved Kilton. Oh, wait. Favorite Champions Ballad? I don't know. I do not speak in other languages. Actually, no, I speak in Hylian, obviously. I don't know about the Champions Ballad question. Favorite Breath of the Wild glitch. Out of bounds, Ganon. Second favorite game series? I don't even know what my favorite would be. I mean, I guess Paper Mario, but like, that's, as a whole, you know, I'd have to add Sticker Star and Color Splash to that. I guess I do like Mario, #1. Maybe Pokemon for 2, and then Zelda 3. Or I don't know, maybe Mario. Yeah, I think Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, I think. I will be getting the Mystery Dungeon DX game, and I'll be streaming it on Friday. I can't wait. That'll be fun. Ocarina or Majora's Mask? I go Majora's Mask. I like that one better. What do you think about the Hyrule Castle as a divine beast theory? I am not 100% convinced, but I do like the idea. And like, if it is a thing, I would love it, because if, like, imagine if it is like Howl's moving castle, like Hyrule Castle's moving or something from time to time. Like, that would be incredible. Do you agree that Majora's Mask remake is bad? No. No, I don't. When someone suggests a theory, how much do you look into it? For the most part, not a ton, because a lot of people will you know, talk about the same theory that I've already kind of, like, been like, yeah, no, that's not possible. I'd say it's more likely that I see a theory, or think about a theory that's talked about when it's in my Discord. How many Lionels have you killed? Not enough. What games do you have on your Switch? Mario Odyssey, this obviously. Pokemon, Sword and Shield. Yoshi's Crafted World, I still haven't played it. Fire Emblem Three Houses, I still haven't played it. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Link's Awakening. Thank you, Viper, for the $2 donation. Yeah. Yeah to you. Have you heard of that one guy who made a crap review about Breath of the Wild being a failure? I don't know. I remember back then I was, for fun, searching it up. And I did see one video where the guy straight up just like he talked about how trash the game was, and that one was hilarious because like his reasoning was so bad, and there were people being respectable in the comments, like giving their opinion, and the guy was like, "Oh well, if you think that, then you like trash, you know, stuff," and it was like, dude, relax. Like people were genuinely just disagreeing with him. How big of an SD card did you get for your Switch? 128 gigabytes, I think. NBC, do you know the best way to cook an alligator? This sounds like a joke setup. Will you ever return to the Zelda cartoons reviews? Yes. I have been thinking... I wanted to... Basically, I set them as for kids for now, and I stopped the series temporarily. I just wanted to see how... Like, what would happen with Kappa. Nothing really huge has happened. You know, YouTube's still alive. So, I think I'll eventually return it. But if I do, it'll be, like, maybe one video every, like, 4 months. Because it isn't... It really doesn't kind of help with... you know, money and growth. So it's purely like a for fun hobby thing to make. Because the last one I made, it got copyright claimed. And no matter how much I tried to edit it out, it kept getting claimed. So I made no money off of that one. Do you think Link is a good cook? Well, I mean, he eats rocks and, you know, burnt wood, so I don't think he's a pretty good cook. What do you think about the criticism of Breath of the Wild that there isn't enough Zelda in it? I think it's a fair piece of criticism. Like, it's an opinion, obviously. You know, some people will like Zelda for certain aspects. I can't remember. There was something else I wanted to mention. I think a good question to ask you, to ask in this game is, if this wasn't Zelda, but it was like basically the same game, but it was like a new IP or like some sort of series that isn't very well known. Like it's not many people know about it or love it. Would your opinion change on this game? Because there's a chance that some people love this game so much because it is Zelda. It's associated with that like name and franchise. The one guy who made the bad review, his name is... Oh, okay. I'm not going to say it on the stream. I don't want people to go after him. I'm surprised, though, that that person... Because he has some... I think he had a bunch of videos on it. So I am surprised that he, like, apparently hates it. If you could only have one weapon, what would it be? Definitely the spring-loaded hammer. Don't have to fight enemies if you can just knock them away. What's your most common cause of death? I guess, you know, just slightly messing up during combat and getting hit, because I like to do 3 heart runs a lot, because I just go for stamina. That, and the second most common is thinking out of the paraglider at the beginning of the game. I jump off, and then no paraglider. Well, sucks to be you. How'd the Guardian Stalkers enter the Akala Labyrinth? I think they might have been built there, like when it was being built. I've never played Hollow Knight. I do have it on my Switch, though. Gamer Eli, I saw your comment. You don't have to spam it, please. One thing I want in Breath of the Wild 2. I would love for time shift stones to make a return. If you could set up a secret base in Breath of the Wild, where would you build it? Ooh, good question. Where would I build it? I bet it would be somewhere near Faron, because I love seafood. And just having seafood all the time sounds great. What do you think that you'll do with your channel once you're done with it? I mean, I guess I just keep it up. I mean, even if I stop doing YouTube, just keep monetization on, and it would, you know, each month, it'll bring in less money each month probably, but it would still be an income. I want to see if I can, you know, keep it up as long as possible, obviously. Favorite enemy in this game? Bokoblin, probably. Or Lionel. Do you like the 900 Korok chant? No. No. My favorite food? I love Chinese food. I love noodles. Burgers, pizza. Kind of generic stuff, but like I just really like it. And seafood. I love seafood. Do you think Link was a royal guard before he was Zelda's knight? No. Because he was appointed to be Zelda's knight once he deflected the laser of a guardian when he was like 6. So I don't think so. He loves ramen. Yes, of course I do. Ow. Whoops. Favorite Zelda videos? Oh, in general, not like theories, but I love the complete Breath of the Wild timeline I did. I want to make a new one for when the sequel comes out. And possibly a remake of the original. Because I got all the cinematic footage now, so I should not flurry rush that. I'm going to get hit. There he goes. If you could make a new monster for Breath of the Wild 2, what would it be? I would want Malice to, like, kind of like Calamity Ganon from the final fight, because I want Malice to be, like, the big bad villain, you know? It goes back to that old theory. But, like, having an enemy that's literally, like, Malice just fused with some, like, dead, you know, corpses, or dead corpse, yeah, that's kind of redundant. But, like, just Malice fused with stuff to make, like, a Frankenstein enemy. That'd be pretty epic. Oh! Apparently there's this guy called Croton that's raiding. That's cute. Croton's done? Who's Croton? Look at that. Congrats on 200,000 subs. Thank you, Karika. I appreciate it. If you could live anywhere in Hyrule, where do you live? I said that I'd be, like, close to Faron because I love seafood. So, like, fishing village, seafood, profit. One of my favorite Breath of the Wild theories is the idea that the fortune teller was a Yiga spy setting up the royal family for failure. Very simple idea, but I like it. It just makes so much sense. Congrats on 200,000 subs, despite 199,000 of them being bots. Dang, that's harsh. That's cold. How would you improve the Breath of the Wild bosses? Instead of having the Blights, I would have the player be forced to fight corrupt versions of the champions. Because that would really make like a dilemma. Like, you don't want to fight them, but you have to fight them. Will we make a Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 theory? The next Breath of the Wild 2 theory will be when I get more news. I don't think there's any other Breath of the Wild 2 videos I'll do as of now. I've already done like 6 theories, I think. 5 or 6. That's more than enough. Do the towers? Yeah, maybe the towers would be the best option. Can you do the whistle stamina exploit? I could, but I just don't want to do it. After a while, it just gets kind of annoying. Will Breath of the Wild 2 come out in 2020? I believe at the earliest it will be holiday 2020, but I have a feeling it's gonna be 2021. Croton raid. Yeah, you're a bit late. Do you have a Twitter? Yes, I do. I think it might be in the description of the stream. If not, then check any of my theory videos. It should be in the description. In fact, I'll go ahead and I'll post it right now because people want to know. In case you want to see my... Okay, hold on. That's my Twitter. In case you want to, you know, follow. Be a stalker and follow me. If you had your own divine beast, what would it be? What would my divine beast be? Oh, you know, maybe it's just a giant polar bear. Because, you know, we're in Canada. Those are everywhere, man. We live in igloos. We drink maple syrup for breakfast, lunch, dinner. And we just ride polar bears all the time. So yeah, definitely a polar bear. Divine Beast Vast Scrubbaton. Oh my gosh. Just found your channel a few days ago, and it's amazing. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Smash. DC or Marvel? I've seen like nothing of DC, so I'll go with Marvel. I'm not a huge superhero movie fan. But like, if I go to a Marvel movie, I'll have a good time. And like, having a full cinematic universe is pretty awesome. Favorite Zelda dungeon? I would say I like the Ancient Cistern. I also like the mansion from Twilight Princess. How do you feel about Breath of the Wild 2? I am very excited for it, and I hope it fixes the problems I have with this game. If it does, then my overall consensus of this game may change. What role do you think the green hand shown will reveal in the trailer will play? I think it will be a sort of new ability for Link. I don't know what. Possibly through the, you know, the concept art with the Link hand. What problems do you have with this game? Alright, guys. We're gonna have to take a break for 1 hour. Okay, it's a joke. Okay. Dungeons are especially giving me a ton of blessing shrines and trial of strengths, which are kind of repetitive. The blessing shrines, you can argue that the challenge was in like the puzzle and unlocking the shrine, but for a lot of them it doesn't feel like it's really enough. There's not a ton of enemy variety in this game, to be honest. A lot of the story is in memories and the past. I would have liked it if they tried to incorporate more of the side quests into the actual story. Like, there's concept art for a Sheikah ghost, and I believe that was supposed to be for Dorian's wife that was killed by the Iga. A perfect side quest which would tie into, like, the events long ago. And, you know, the side quests themselves. There are a few really good ones, and then a lot of them are, like, fetch quests. Electricity is ridiculous in this game. I got my cup. Where's the tea, NBC? Actually, fun fact, it's hilarious. So when I made a community post before that video went up, just talking about, oh yeah, in a couple of days, you guys will be seeing my video talking about why I don't think Breath of the Wild's a masterpiece. And the next day, no joke, I checked Social Blade, and it said like negative 100 subs. I'm like, are you kidding me? Of course, by the end of the day, I gained back those subs, so it was in the positive, but it was just hilarious. Like, people unsubscribed because of my community post. It wasn't even like the video itself. I don't know why I teleported there and teleported back, but whatever. We'll go with it. Yeah, I know you talked about that before, Croton, and you're fixing the flaws, I think. I don't think it's a glitch. I think it's just they despawn after a while. Like, I seriously don't think it's a glitch. Favorite unsolved theory? I guess definitely one of them's the Zonai. I did a whole video on unsolved mysteries. I can't remember what they were, though. I guess what happened to the Triforce and Master Sword. And I am interested in what Nintendo seriously thinks about this timeline, if it really is like an all splits. I'm curious, you know? You took the video down because it sucked? Rest in peace, man. Would you like to see the return of the Red Dead in Breath of the Wild 2? Yes and no, because Red Dead are horrifying, but that's also why I want them in. I want to get a good spook in my Zelda. How long have you played this? Like, overall, like, in the stream? I guess overall. It's, I think, 1,500 hours. If there's no Sheikah Slate, how will we fast travel or use a map? That is I have never thought of that. That's a very good point. I have no idea. Favorite NPC in Breath of the Wild? Definitely Clapping Girl. Also waifu. You know why he got rid of the Fixing the Flaws Republic? You know why he got rid of that video? Because Breath of the Wild has no flaws. It's perfect. And anyone who disagrees with me, they shall suffer my wrath. I will have Clapping Girls crush their skulls. Clap, 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 clap. Does NBC play Minecraft? I used to play a ton of it. I was obsessed. But I just kind of stopped. Because, like, if I go back and I try to, like, start a new survival world, I'll get bored after, like, half an hour. The only time I play is when I go on my server. I don't even do that a ton. Can we get It's Not a Masterpiece and Clapping Girl merch? I've never thought of Clapping Girl merch. That's genius. I actually love that. I definitely want to get merch eventually. Inks, thanks so much for the donation. Clapping Girl is best girl, I agree. Do you think Breath of the Wild 2 is actually a prequel? No, because in the trailer it says a sequel to Breath of the Wild's in the works. Now, I brought up time traveling in the past. Haha. That's kind of funny, you know, get it in the past. Anyways. And people are like, oh, but it said it's a sequel. But no, that's still a... yeah. But that still is a sequel. Because if you're in the next game going back in the past, that doesn't make it a prequel. That's still a sequel. It's like Avengers Endgame. I don't know. I got so many people saying that, and it's like, no, that's not how it works. Just because you're in the past doesn't mean it's a prequel. Maybe I should actually watch. Do it. Only real fans watch. Oh gosh, that was brutal. Something about that kill was just gruesome. If you had to make new Breath of the Wild DLC, what would it be about? I would like... Okay, so we've had DLC based on, like, the Champions and Zelda. I would like another DLC pack to instead give us some memories of Link's past. Because we've, you know, the main game talks about... It focuses mainly on Zelda and, you know, her past. Champions Ballad focuses a lot on the Champions. I would like a third DLC pack to focus on Link. And, like, maybe give us memories of his past. Like, I want to see him deflect the frickin' Guardian laser. Could you imagine that? What's your favorite single-handed weapon? The tree branch. Opinion on Sonic the Hedgehog? I'll assume you're talking about the movie. The movie was okay. I don't play, like, any Sonic games, but I did watch the movie. Yeah, it was just okay. But, like, even that made it worth it because, like, all video game movies are always, like, terrible. So, like, being okay is really good. It was great because the bar wasn't high to begin with for expectations. Oof. How do you think Breath of the Wild Link will die of old age? Kappa. Jim Carrey made the movie fun? Yeah, he did. I don't watch I haven't seen tons of, like, films with his work in it. Or, you know, him being an actor. But yeah, I thought he did make the movie fun. I can't see anything. Will you pay attention to me? No. See, you get it? Because that was a question, technically. So I answered it. Croton is here. Who's Croton? Do you think the champion abilities will be in the sequel? I don't think so. Do you like Magic the Gathering? I've never played it. How will a story that takes place in the present in Breath of the Wild work in an open world? That is a very good point. And I think it's one of the reasons why they had most of the story in the past for Breath of the Wild. Because at that point, it's up to the developers to kind of, like, you know, be creative with it. I'm guessing, like, you would have to basically make it where you can do the main story quest, but you don't have to. So, like, you would need to make sure that a lot of the information in the main story quest isn't, like, needed. Because if you can skip it, then that would be a plot hole. It's really difficult to, you know, master something like that. I feel like what they could do, though, is just have more side quests with more, like, that connect to the main story more. And that way they could, like... Because, like, you could still have a main story. And you can still have it where, like, oh, you can go to the final boss if you want. How annoying is Navi? Quite annoying. I made some comment that, like, Fi wasn't nearly as bad as Navi. in like one of my Skyward Sword videos theories. And I do take it back, honestly. Faya is really annoying because she stops you all the time. At least for Navi, you can kind of ignore it. I'm gonna do it. This is such a dark joke. I should just make a video, like dark jokes in Breath of the Wild, or just dark humor in Zelda in general.
Ah.
Favorite part of Breath of the Wild? Definitely the open world. My mind was always blown as a kid. How, like, video games could have worlds so massive. And just, like, also the paraglider. Because I love being able to fly, like, anywhere in video games. It's so fun. That combined with the open world and being able to climb anything, that's, like, the best part of Breath of the Wild. Do you think Breath of the Wild 2 is being overhyped? No. Despite the issues I have with Breath of the Wild, saying that it didn't have a, like, monumental impact, that would be lying. Like, this game had a massive impact. And there was talk about, like, what game would be the game of the decade for, like, Zelda games. You know, people have talked about it. And despite my problems, I would still say Breath of the Wild. Because in that case, I wouldn't even say it's, like, what I think is the best game. I think if you're talking about game of the decade, you're talking about the game with the most impact. And this is, without a doubt, the Zelda game with the most impact. So I don't think Breath of the Wild 2 is overhyped. Given what we've seen, this shows all the potential that the next game has. And I'm really excited for it. Do you want Zelda to be malicified in Breath of the Wild 2? That would be quite interesting. I don't know if they go that route, but that is something that I would have liked to see maybe in the first game. Remember when I talked about fighting corrupt champions? Yeah. They could have also made the final boss in this game like a corrupt version of Zelda. I have no health recovering. Rest in peace. How would you recommend someone who has only played Breath of the Wild approach the rest of the Zelda series? I'd be like, hey, come closer, okay? Come closer.
You want to play a Zelda game where the dungeons don't actually suck?
Bam. Sold them. Right there. Nailed it. They'll come back to you. They'll be like, man, thank you, NBC. I have seen the light. The dungeons in Breath of the Wild are a piece of Korok seed. Okay, guys. I don't despise the dungeons, all right? That was an over-exaggeration. They're just very not exciting. Worst dungeon in Breath of the Wild? I mean, the Meadow one is really fast and really, like, easy, I guess. This is a bit random, but NBC, do you know how to upload MP3 file to YouTube? Google's always an option. Also, I doubt it. You probably are gonna have to, like, attach it to a video with, like, nothing for video and just, like, upload it as a video file. That's a lot of enemies I just murdered. Wow, that's a lot of them. I'm gonna go to Pharaoh and get some durians, I think. Is Skykeep actually Skyloft? But Skykeep is in Skyloft. Like, that's where the dungeon is. If you could choose a reward for gathering all the Koroks, what would it be? I think literally like anything would have been better than the Korok poop. Even like a picture or something. I don't know. But like I guess I don't really know what I would want. It would have to be like really good though. But I guess not too good because some people would be like, oh, but you know, 900 Korok seeds is a lot.
Hey.
But yeah, I don't know. Oh, you know what? We have Max Bond. Does this horse have any gear on it? Oh, I think it does. I don't think we can do Clapping Girl. Let's see what happens, guys. Can we get Clapping Girl hype in here? Oh, yeah, here we go. Clapping Girl hype. Let's get some claps in the chat. Here we go. In fact, you know what? Literally, okay, I am going to sit here. There we go, clapping. I'm going to sit here and just answer questions now. And she's just going to clap and clap, 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 clap for eternity. All right? This is, like, brilliant. Why didn't I think about this before? Ha. Perfect. This is killing 2 Kukos with 1 actually, no, Kukos can't die, so. It's a bit of a lie. What do you think of collecting all the Koroks? I think it's a big piece of Hestu's gift. What's it like starting the game over? At this point, like, I really do just go back to Breath of the Wild for possible research and getting footage. And if it's not like during a live stream, it's a real chore to play it again. What character do you hate in Breath of the Wild? Yunobo isn't really good, or Yunobo. I can't remember how to say it. I don't like him. I definitely believe we'll see new enemies in Breath of the Wild too. If they did the same enemies, I'd be like, no, that's just ridiculous. Favorite Legend of Zelda other than Breath of the Wild? That's implying that Breath of the Wild is one of my favorites. Jokes aside, or not really jokes aside, I really like Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, and A Link Between Worlds. What's it like being a blackmail crisis? Oh, it's great, man. Because I can force you to join on streams with that when you don't really want to. So everyone here now knows of the Clapping Girl meme, if you never knew about it before. Do you consider yourself a good gamer? If it's like a familiar franchise, like Nintendo games like Zelda, Mario, Pokemon, I do feel like I'm very good at those games whenever a new one comes out. But when it comes to new series, I can be pretty bad, honestly. What tends to happen is the game gives you so many like tools and options to play, but like I always stick with like the default, you know? I never experiment, and because of that I'm like, oh, this game's impossible. But like it isn't. It's just I had to experiment a bit more and, you know, actually try things. Would you like to go to the past to play this game for the first time? Yeah, this is the one Zelda game I would say that, like, yeah, if I could replay it without knowing about it, I would want to replay this. But technically, that means we go back to a time where NintendoBlackCrisis was only a Let's Player and not a big channel doing theories. So would I really want to go back in the past and, you know, replay it? I don't know. Will the map change in Breath of the Wild 2? Will the Malice infect it? I mean, Malice definitely, it looks like it'll have a bigger role in the next game. I'm not sure how they will deal with, you know, like if they're going to use the exact same world and just add a ton of changes to the surface. I have no idea. What do you think is going to happen in Zelda Breath of the Wild 2? I think this is what I think is going to happen. Link, he come to town, come to save the Princess Zelda. How was that? I think that's what's going to happen. Is there a way to light up the bow of light, or the light bow, out of the Ganon fight without starting the fight? I mean, at that point, you would have to use, like, a Breath of the Wild memory editor, or, like, a mod or something. I show up to NBC singing and clapping fauna. Yeah, you know what? I think that's the best, like, first impressions. Like, if this doesn't make you subscribe to NintendoBlackCrisis, I don't know what will. This is annoying. Can you stop the clapping? No. What page is nude Link? Okay, you know what? We're gonna check. Oh, wait. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna check what page nude Link is on for all you guys who want to check for the sake of science. All right. Let's check it out. Nude Link is on page 61. Sorry, guys, it's not page 69. I know you guys have been like, haha, that's funny. No, it's 61 of creating a champion. Just for research, you know, research purposes. No other reasons. Okay. I think we've had enough clapping, girl. I'm not sure how much longer I'll do this because it is kind of tough to constantly talk. I said 3 hours, but it might be like just over 2 hours, meaning it'll be close to the end of the stream. But who has a better personality, Zelda or Ravioli? Urbosa. Where can you get the Creating a Champion book? From a bookstore. Okay, you can get it on Amazon, but maybe also a bookstore. On Halloween, I'm gonna be clapping, girl. Oh, that sounds like a creepypasta. Like I was all by myself, and then suddenly I heard clapping outside of my front house. My front lawn. It's genuinely amazing that this channel has grown to 200,000 since I was subbed way back at 14,000. Well, glad to hear that. It is, honestly, it is incredible. Like, that growth is insane. Like, because the channel hasn't even been, like, 3 years. Because, like, the real start of Nintendo Black Crisis was, like, in July. Or, no, June. Like, the start of June is when my first video did really good. So, like, it hasn't even been 3 years yet. That's crazy. Well, if we count the Let's Play... Hey, No, we don't talk about that, Hyrule Gamer. I was talking about the real start of NintendoBlackCrisis. That's what I said. Pay attention, dude. But yeah, technically, like, the channel's been up for almost 8 years then. I'm not surprised your channel got 200,000. Well, thank you. I am, though. Very surprised, because the YouTube algorithm is quite something. Levi, I have thought about that before. If the Blights are like the old captains, I don't really see enough of a similarity between them. I have thought about that, though. Like, I looked in the book, and I compared them, and I'm like, not really. I wouldn't mind if we saw other places, aside from Hyrule of Breath of the Wild. I told you, if you do daily theories or Mifa Part 3, you will beat out the algorithm. Oh, could you imagine that? Like, they would have to be mini theories. Like a 2 to 3 minute video per day. Would you like the Demise to be in Breath of the Wild? I don't really think there's a huge difference between him and Ganondorf. Like, if Demise is in it, it would just feel like Ganondorf, I suppose. But, like, Demise is confirmed to be dead in Skyward Sword. From what I've seen in, like, text and stuff. How likely a holiday 2020 instead of spring? I do think that the earliest we will get it is holiday 2020, but I think it's a 2021 release, personally. You can submit an emoji in the Discord. There is a channel for that. I don't look at it a ton, but I know some other mods look at it. I'll take a peek at it at the end of the stream. Thank you, Ashikins, for the $2.99 donation. Would you want a new map or an extended map? On one hand, completely new. Yeah, new map would be great, but an extended map means that there's potential for the civilization to be rebuilt that we see in this game. So I really don't know. That's a hard one. Opinion on Bond of the Triforce leak? I didn't even, like, look at it. I didn't even, you know... I've heard about it. I didn't even take a look. It's a leak. Of course it's raining, by the way. Oh, I can do this. Here we go. Perfect. Ugh. Why did I do this? I'm gonna crush you. Dead. It won't give you access? You probably have to be a certain role then, so... I mean, I don't know. All I can say is maybe be active in the server a bit, and then once you are at a certain role, then you could probably access it and then give the suggestion. Do Eventide? I don't know if I want to. Do you think we'll be getting a remake of Skyward Sword on the Switch anytime soon? I think it's possible, yeah. I'm still in team Skyward Sword remake. Has to happen. Do you think the almighty Master Koga will be in Breath of the Wild too? No, I don't think so. Tower! I would love a Minish Cap remake. I played that game for the first time actually on stream. It was around the time I also did a stream of Wind Waker HD. And yeah, Minish Cap, it has the best sprite design. It's like so good. It's like a Wind Waker sprite look. In 2018, Nintendo said no. Yeah, I know, but I think they say no to a lot of things. I think it's worth, you know, I have a, I believe it's worth, or not worth. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think there's a chance that they'll eventually come out with it. This is not good. Oh, great. There are too many enemies right now. There's way too much stuff going on. What made you decide to start a YouTube channel? I first wanted to be a Let's Player because I loved videos from Super Skarmory, a Pokemon YouTuber, and Sugar Conroy, Nintendo guy. For the most part, I think he has done non-Nintendo stuff, I think. Where should I submit fan art? You could, if you have Twitter, you could mention me on Twitter and post the image. Or on Discord, I think there is like a creative session or a channel. So you could like post it there. I do know about the whistle sprint. Didn't Ganondorf get sealed in the Twilight Realm and the Twilight Princess at the end? No. I think he just dead. He dead. That was before the events of Twilight Princess. The Hero of Time went back to his own timeline, warned Zelda and the royal family of Ganondorf's plans, and he was to be executed. He broke free, killed one of the sages, and then they banished him to the Twilight Realm. Worst Zelda game story-wise? I mean, the original one didn't have anything like that crazy, I guess. I guess Spirit Tracks is also kind of weird. You know, there's nothing that insane about the story. It doesn't really, you know, stand out. Which rune do you find using the most? Stasis. First of all, you can fool around with it, but also it works as like a flashlight. So like, if you use it, you can have it'll highlight stuff you can pick up, and it's really useful for looking for materials and stuff. Do you think that we'll see a link from an earlier game in Breath of the Wild 2? If there is possible time travel, I think it could happen. Maybe if time shift stones became a thing, or, you know, were brought back, maybe. All these hardy durians. Do you think the Yiga will be in Breath of the Wild 2? I think it's possible. I don't think Koga's going to return. But I think the Yiga might return. And I partially say that because he does mention how the Yiga will follow him, you know, as Koga's dying. And, like, you know, it means how, like, in the, you know, game after you fight him, they still appear. But that might also be hinting at, like, the sequel. Don't mind me. That's a really tall thing to have to make. Let's not jump. Let's take our time. Thanks, Jack, for the donation. This money is better used on Crowtown, but do you want to play Smash Melee with me sometime? Lol. I have great memories of Smash Melee. I still want to get a copy of it. But it's, like, so expensive now. Will Z-Link be confirmed in Breath of the Wild 2? I think they're going to heavily tease it, but they aren't going to outright confirm it. That's just the type of people Nintendo are. Like, I think they're going to, like, heavily hint at it, but not actually outright say if it's a thing or not. Guys, we did it! In the entire stream, we made an accomplishment. We activated one tower. Favorite Zelda moment ever? One of my favorites is the cutscene when the Divine Beasts are firing on Ganon in this game. It's so good. The music, the dialogue, it's just so epic. Worst Zelda game in my opinion? I haven't played it though, so I have a feeling though I'm not gonna like The Adventure of Link because, like, I've heard it's really difficult. And even when I was playing the original Legend of Zelda, I had to, like, abuse save states to even have a chance at beating the dungeon. Because their version of difficulty back in the day was just spam enemies. Put, like, 20 enemies in this room. And see, it's a hard game, guys. It's like, that's not a hard game. It's frustrating. Do you think the Zonai will play a big role in Breath of the Wild 2? I'm still unsure about that, but I'm sure they are going to play some sort of role in the story. Favorite Zelda race? I guess Rito. The idea you can, like, fly everywhere is pretty cool. Urbosa or Zelda? Zelda, obviously. It's a good thing Tingle wasn't on that list of options. If you had the opportunity of making a new rune, what would it be? It would be cool if, like, Link had a portable time shift stone rune. If not that, then maybe, like, something kind of like a portal gun from Portal. That would be really awesome. Use that for puzzles and stuff. How will champion powers work in the sequel? I'm not sure there will be champion powers. Favorite Breath of the Wild armor is the Barbarian gear. Playable Zelda. I believe that it is very possible, but I think she'll have like a side role. I don't think she'll really be, you know, a major... She'll be a major character in the story, no doubt, but like, the main player will be Link. You might occasionally like play as her, kind of like Spirit Tracks. But she'll be more of like an assistant role, maybe in combat and stuff. Because she's not the fighter. She's the one who like is the, you know, quote unquote scientist, you know? She's the encyclopedia. Do you think there'll be a Mario Odyssey 2? I think it's possible. I do want to see, though, a remake of Mario Sunshine. Like, that would be incredible. What's your opinion on Zelda modding? 10 out of 10. I just think she'll be playable because, you know, before she was trapped in the castle, now she's out and about exploring, and, you know, she just has, like, that sense, like, she likes to explore and discover new things. So it makes sense that she would be heavily involved in, like, exploration. Because she's obsessed with the technology and learning and stuff. Will the elemental arrows be available in Breath of the Wild 2? Most likely. I mean, they're everywhere in the games. Well, actually, not as frequent as you might think. Aside from like the light arrow. But like they've been in plenty of games, I'm pretty sure. I don't see why they'd get rid of it. Do you think Breath of the Wild 2 could have a multiplayer mode? I wish. Probably not. Let's be realistic. I would love it, but I highly doubt it. Which boss do you think is a failure? I guess in this game, specifically the Blights. But like, I wouldn't say they're, you know, a disaster. They're just not really good. When it comes to NBC theories, if there's a will, there's a way. Ha! That's hilarious. Will we get Z-Link in Breath of the Wild 2? I said this before, but I think they're going to heavily hint at it. But they're not going to outright confirm it. I think Nintendo is a troll. They're not going to outright be like, oh yeah, it's a thing. Or no. They'll hint at it. If you could create a new outfit, how would it be? Obviously, I want to play as the nude Link on page 61 of creating a champion. Will we get to speak to the champions if we have to time travel in Breath of the Wild 2? I would say no, because I think if you did time travel, you'd want to avoid contact with them. But like at the same time, though, if you do time travel and the game's open world, you're going to be talking to a lot of people, so I'm not too sure. Actually, no, because, never mind. My thoughts were, like, if there's time travel, it wouldn't be to 100 years ago. Or, no, well, actually, no. I don't know. I don't think we talk to the champions, though. If it's time travel, then it could be either to 100 years ago or 10,000. Would you rather fight 10 Lionels or 25 Henoxes? How about 10 Lionels and 25 Henoxes at the same time? Favorite food dish in Zelda? Monster cake's pretty cool. Actually, no. Obviously, it's dubious food. The best Zelda companion? I chose King of Red Lions previously. Yo, why does the Switch Joy-Con keep drifting? I've had 3 of them so far. They all drift. I don't know. Ask Nintendo. They seem okay with rushing out poor quality controllers. What information do you think will be revealed about the Zonai? I think the #1 thing that has a good chance of being revealed is the mystery of why they disappeared. And I guess the second mystery is, were they good or were they bad? Who here would want a snake divine beast? It's the dungeon's literally just like a straight line. That's all it is. NBC, what's your favorite of the 3 dragons? I guess Naedra, just because of the whole quest. Because, like, that was a real treat. Because before that, I had done the other 2, I think. And I assumed that if there were any more, it would be just the same boring thing. And then I was pleasantly surprised when I climbed Lanayru Mountain. Or Mount Lanayru. And, like, it was this whole different, you know, thing. It was really cool. Yeah, I think they waited until they were going to get sued to just make a statement on it. And that's really sad, because that just shows how much you didn't really care. If you would change anything about the game, what would it be? I think if it was either have more story in the present day or traditional dungeons, I'd say traditional dungeons. Joy-Con or Switch Pro controller? I guess Switch Pro because, you know, it doesn't drift. Oh, it's this lady. Oh. Right. I'm so lucky you decided to roll into my life. Really? Get out of here. Roscoe. I ship it. Do you think Breath of the Wild 2 will be released this year? At the earliest holiday this year, but, like, I think it's going to be 2021. So smooth and hairless, this ball. Oh, why? Why do you have to go there? Good thing she didn't have 2 of them. At that point, it'd be like, okay, no. Nintendo, you're just asking for people to get the wrong idea. NBC, what do you think of making a theory on the champion's powers, where they come from and how they work? I was recently talking about that idea, and that is a possible video, you know, like talking about both the champion powers, how they were gotten by the champions, and possibly, like, just the champions themselves. Like, Riju's relation to Urbosa. Possibly like a grandmother or something. Quality of life improvements in Breath of the Wild 2 that are absolutely necessary. Uh, hmm. That's a really good question. Oh, right. Give me gear that, even if I have to upgrade it with a fairy fountain or something, it lets me... Yeah, no slip in the rain, exactly. Someone else already said it, yeah. Give me, like, a gear that has rain resistance, so you can climb without slipping. That's, like, the #1 thing. I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of other things. Like, I'd say underwater exploration, but that's not really quality of life. When do you think the next Breath of the Wild 2 trailer drops? E3. Even if we get a direct before E3, I think it'll be during E3. The last time I expected them to actually, like, be serious about Breath of the Wild 2 news was Game Awards, and we got no news from Nintendo. Like, nothing. So, at that point, I'm like, yeah, E3. And if that's the case, then when you think about it, if the news is at E3, then a holiday 2020 release sounds even more unlikely. Because, like, you think we would have one more trailer. No, you think we'd have maybe 2 more trailers at the bare minimum before, like, we get a release date, you know? Who here ships Robbie and Zelda? Oh, no. Oh, we have people that remember that video. We don't talk about that here. I do really hope they have one Nintendo Direct before E3, though. Because, like, it has been I didn't realize how long it's been without a Direct until, like, you know, I saw posts on it. But, I want to try something out. I don't know if it works for these guys. I think it might work. No. Maybe it's just the ones. I'm probably doing it wrong. I've seen it, but I've never tried it. Boring. Oh, that one flew a bit higher. That kind of worked. Hey NBC, are you taking care of your Triforce of voice cracks? Oh yeah, it's in good hands right now. Do you think Lady Flower should be Flower Blight? Yes, definitely. I think she's gonna be the secret final boss of the game. We don't know it, but she's technically like a secret final boss, and like the only reason we don't know about it yet is because it's a very specific like step requirement to unlock her. I want Flower Lady for Smash. That with Clapping Girl. I think Flower Lady and Clapping Girl should team up. NBC, what's your favorite quest? I like the Terrytown quest. There were some other ones I liked, but I can't think of them right now. Are you getting Doom Eternal or New Horizons? I cannot wait for Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'll be getting that and streaming it like on the day it comes out and probably on even more days. Like March and April are going to have tons of streams. So, warning in advance for notification spam. I've never played Doom, but if I were to play it, I would start with like I don't know, was it 2016 Doom? I think it was on the Switch. Guys, tomorrow's my birthday. Happy birthday, Laser Wolf. Everyone say happy birthday. Who's my favorite villain? Girahim is fabulous, but I also do like Vati. And, I mean, Ganondorf is a classic. Is the ancient ball lady or the flower lady more crazy? Oh, easy. They're the same people. You just never knew it. Like, they're the exact same. It's a split personality disorder. Oh, right. Yes, Zant. Yeah, I forgot Zant. Zant's on there, definitely. So I'd say Girahim, Vati, and Zant. Who do you think will be possible sages in Breath of the Wild 2? I don't think there are going to be sages. Who would win, the windfish or one of the dragons? A Kuko. What is Ganondorf's objective in Breath of the Wild 2? To get rehydrated. What if Breath of the Wild had a boss? I think that's very unlikely. I don't think Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna have a boss. You know? I mean, I rarely see bosses in video games, so. Do you watch anime? All the time. In fact, there was a long gap where I stopped watching it. I've gotten back into it. So I've watched... I keep up to date with My Hero Academia. I watched Dr. Stone. Classroom of the Elite, which was okay, but what really sold it was the last episode. The, like, epic twist. And I'm watching Seton Academy right now. Yes, I've watched Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho is amazing. I also watched One Punch Man Season 2, like, a couple months ago. And that was a real disappointment. It was so bad compared to the first one. So many characters I don't care about. I've seen Charlotte. I really don't like the second half. It just rushed things. It did kind of ruin it for me. John Ballard, thank you so much for the $2. When do you think they will share more Breath of the Wild 2 stuff? I think the next trailer or news is going to be E3. Even if they have a direct before E3, it'll be E3. Have you watched Yuri on Ice? I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to eventually. I'm also trying to watch Violet Evergarden. It's kind of a slower show to get into. I'm only like 2 or 3 episodes in, but I hope to finish that. I think it's only like 12 episodes. Imagine when Breath of the Wild 2 trailer is released, it says available now. It's like, a part of me will be freaking out. The other part, oh man, I can't make theory videos. Because the game's already out. I can't make trailer theory videos. Do you think there will be underwater exploration in Breath of the Wild? I really hope so. It seems like a no-brainer. And add more like caves and stuff. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if most of the game is like a whole underground civilization. Possibly under the whole world of Hyrule. But who knows? Have you watched Full Metal Alchemist? First of all, I love how this has become like a have you watched this anime? Yes, I have. Brotherhood specifically. I've watched that. Such a good show. In fact, it's one of the shows where I've been thinking, you know what? I should go back and rewatch it. Can you give me a shout out? No. I have not watched Hunter x Hunter. Hopefully they look at the feedback of the first game to make the second one better. I really hope so too. This game showed off all the potential. And it's still a fantastic game. But like imagine a game that's like even better though. Some people can't comprehend it. But like that, imagine. Can you play and do something? Okay, well, here's circles. I'm going around in circles. Do you know all about the glitches that have been discovered? Will you mess around with them maybe? Well, not right now, but I might do a video talking about Breath of the Wild glitches. I've never done that, but I've been very interested because, like, I love glitches in games. Glitches are just so fun. Have you watched K-On? If you haven't, it's good for people that like Japanese music. I've heard of it. I've never watched it. Maybe I'll take a look at it in the next week. It is. I've heard of it, you know, before, so it might be something worth looking at. I think in a moment we're going to end off the stream. Just saying. Can you dance for me? All right. Here's my dancing. I call it the jump up and down. Hope you liked it. And if you want to see more, make sure to like, favorite, comment, subscribe, follow. On Twitter, not in real life. That'd be creepy. Are you hoping for more NPC interactions like back in Majora's Mask? Yep. Yes. Give me side quests like that. Okay. The exploration and freedom of Breath of the Wild. You know, like kind of like the story of like Skyward Sword, sort of like just you know, present day stuff. But yeah, they have to work on making it like so you don't need the story. Like you can still skip it if you want, but then add the side quests of Majora's Mask and like and traditional dungeons, and you got a game. You got a game there. Say the funny thing, NBC. Say, no thank you. Do you think that phantoms will be in Zelda 2? Yes and no, because I feel like there will be enemies that act kind of like phantoms. Because like the phantoms were like kind of made by Bellum, so he kind of like was controlling them. So I think it'll be like that, but with malice. Can you do Divine Beast? No, it'll take too long. I'm sorry. What's up with Tingle Islands? Yeah, I don't know. I probably just a reference. I don't know what... Like, one hole is a shrine. So, like, I mean, I guess maybe they were there just for one shrine. But, yeah, they're really weird. I'm behind you. Oh gosh. How'd you get in here? Get out of my room. Clapping Lady is located at the Highland Stable, I think. Is it? That's what it's called? Yes, Highland Stable. Actually, yeah, honestly, we should, so, there's one person that, I think Smallant or someone, like, joked and made a percent category where you have to pet the dog. Maybe I should actually do a stream where it's clapping girl percent. It's literally, you have to speedrun to get her to clap. Like, that actually would be a fun stream. Alright. Think Zonai are alive underground. They're just living in a Hyrule basement. Yeah, honestly, like, I do think maybe there is, like, an actual, like, civilization that's still alive. Who knows? I feel like that's unlikely. Like, I think it's very possible that we will find a huge Zonai civilization underground because they suddenly disappeared. But while it would be cool, I think it is very unlikely that we'll see actual Zonai. Will we see a robot species in Breath of the Wild too? Well, you know, technically, I think it's possible because, like, Sheikah technology, you know? Like, we have the Guardians here, which aren't robots. So, technically, this game does have robots. So, the next game might. All right, last question. are we going to do a Legend of Zelda episode series live stream? Actually, I was thinking about that like a couple days ago because I mentioned it a long time ago, and I'm like, you know what? We should actually just sit down and watch the whole series. So that is a very possible thing to happen. I think we actually will one time just do a stream, sit down, and watch the full animated series and just talk and have fun. All right, that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining. Today was crazy. Also, I learned that apparently Genocide gets double the viewers. Oh my gosh, we had like 700 viewers at one time. We were just literally murdering all the Stone Talus. By the way, Hinox Genocide, that will happen, and we probably will do a Lionel Genocide eventually. So, yeah, thank you so much for 200,000 subscribers. It's not even been 3 years. So that's the support and, you know, how much I've grown is, like, insane. And I hope that I can, as a content creator, continue to provide entertaining and educational videos. And also, over time, increase the quality of them. And, yeah. So, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned. Tomorrow is probably more Explorers of Sky, and then after that, the next day, we're doing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. So, stay tuned for all that. Tons of streams. And I do have a big video in the works and some smaller videos, hopefully. It probably won't be like one video a week for a while, because I have to work on some bigger projects and also streams. But yeah, I've been NintendoBlackCrisis. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, guys.